Do you feel like you've lost your way? Are you overwhelmed and anxious on a daily basis? Do you feel like you're too stressed out to enjoy life? If so, you've landed in the right place. The Gratitude to Bliss show is about stressing less and feeling blessed. It's about figuring out what matters most, letting go of what doesn't, and creating a life that makes you feel happy and alive. I'm Lorraine Miller, mom, health coach, award-winning author, infertility survivor, and recovering stressaholic. And I'm on a mission to help you overcome overwhelm, improve your health, and find your bliss. The best part? It's so easy to get started. The Gratitude to Bliss show starts now. Hello and welcome to the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm Lorraine Miller, your host, and I'm so excited for our topic today, calling in miracles. And I have the best person to guide us to doing just that and to showing us how gratitude really helps us set the stage for creating miracles in our lives. Tori Quisling is somebody that I've known for a very long time. I've worked with her and had amazing shifts happen in my life, which I'll be talking about. She is a clairvoyant coach who specializes in fertility, rapid transformational therapy, and hypnotherapy, and has been helping people experience a shift in perception that allows for new understandings, barriers to be removed, and subconscious beliefs to be shattered so that miracles can happen. Welcome, Tori, to the show.
Thanks, Lorraine, for having me. So good to see you.
It's so great to have you here. And this episode is happening right before Thanksgiving, so we can really get into that high vibrational energy that gratitude brings us. So I'm really glad to have your expertise and your wisdom and to have this conversation with you. So before we get started, tell us briefly about the work you do as a clairvoyant practitioner and how you help people achieve success in their lives.
Ah, thanks, Lorraine, for having me. And it's been so great to know you all these years. And that Thanksgiving is a holiday just to remind us about gratitude. And I use gratitude as part of my coaching and clairvoyant sessions for sure, helping people. So I've been doing this for 38 years, and clairvoyance is the ability to just see clearly into someone's purpose, their power, their path. Everybody wants to know about different aspects of their lives and perhaps why it's not working, why it's slow, what's the delay.
Mm,
They want clarity. And so clairvoyance is the ability to see through into those very powerful parts of people and the God of their heart, we call it, into your spiritual heart. And often what helps to transform all these limitations and blocks is to even just to acknowledge them, where you might be blocked, where you're stuck. And so clairvoyance does that. I can tune into someone, I've mastered that over 38 years,
mhm,
see right away where someone might be stuck and where they would like to be instead. And that validation and resonating for them helps them change. But what I found over the last 4 years is that people kept coming back to me for the same reasons. Like, I'm still stuck. This is still happening, even though I felt good after we talked and I
mm,
changed a little bit. So I discovered rapid transformational therapy, Marissa Peer. She developed this, and it involves the subconscious mind. So what we do is, if I get you to be able to find it yourself within your subconscious mind through hypnotherapy, and it's very easy to get there. We're always hypnotized every day with TV commercials and shows. So I get you into that hypnotized state where your subconscious mind can point out these limitations and where they came from. And then I create an audio that lets you hear all the things you want, all the things you are, all the truths, and you repeat it to yourself every day, the audio. Uh, then you completely transform permanently. So I've had some really tremendous changes in clients, just in all areas, from anxiety, transforming to confidence, new jobs, new relationships, healthier life. And so RTT combined with clairvoyance has been a really great combination over these years. So, and then,
Amazing.
yeah, yeah. And fertility has come up because I've always had my book, Calling in Your Baby. I've been doing that for 20 years and
Mhm.
helping women connect to the spirit of their child. So the clairvoyant and spiritual aspect of having a baby, because having a baby is more of a spiritual experience than a medical one, right? We would agree. We're bringing
Yes.
a human being, and it's a very spiritual experience. So I help with that aspect of it. And now I can help with any subconscious blocks or limitations, which always come up when you decide to have a baby. Anything that says I'm not good enough, there's something wrong with me. The minute it doesn't work right away, we get these fears that pop up and can really stop us. And so I help clear that too. So natural or IVF or any way of having the baby works better. And faster.
Yeah, and that is such an amazing, amazing gift, and I love that combination that you offer people. How can people get in touch with you if they wanna set up a session with you? How can they find you?
Well, I make it easy. It's just my name, toriquisling.com. And on my website, you can just schedule a free half-hour Zoom session with me just to find out and get insights into what's going on and how I can help. Yeah.
Beautiful. I
Yes.
love that, and you have a free ebook, correct?
Ooh, I have a free ebook, Calling in Your Baby. I also have my ebook, Clairvoyant Practitioner, and that's also something you can download. Yeah,
Awesome. Alright, so people can find you at toriquisling.com.
that's right.
Beautiful. Alright, so I wanna talk about my experience working with you, but before we get into that, I wanna talk about gratitude in terms of how it works.
Mhm.
I've shared in episode 1 of the show my story, how I discovered gratitude, how things, transformed in my life around it. But I'd love to hear from you how it actually works. Like, what are the laws of quantum physics that come into play when we put ourselves in a state of gratitude day after day? And how does that prepare us for bringing things into our lives that we actually want? We want to have things. And like you said, we can often get stuck in these patterns.
Yeah.
So how does gratitude sort of set the stage for breaking through those patterns and bringing, creating what you want in your life?
Well, I speak about gratitude frequently in my coaching sessions. And I compare it first to a keyboard on a piano. So if you think about the keyboard and all the keys, each key represents an emotion. So if you think of a keyboard with middle C in the middle, below middle C are the uncomfortable emotions, more like anger and resentment and sadness and all those emotions that are lower vibration, because emotions are just vibrations. And above middle C are the higher vibrations, like peace, love, joy, ecstasy at the very top. So if you think of the
Mm.
sounds of the keyboard too, if it goes to the top, ecstasy, just being ecstatic, being full of joy is at the
Blissful.
blissful. And really, we call those emotions above middle C on the keyboard non-dual. They can't be disputed. It's just joy, it's just peace, it's just love. That's what it is. Below
Mm.
middle C, they're all non-dual. So, I mean, they're dual. That means they can be disputed. So you're angry or you're sad. They're all these emotions that do not feel good. And they can be felt differently by different people. And so we want to have access to the whole keyboard. We got to play the music of our lives, all the emotions, all the frequencies. Middle C is nothing. It's just no thing. It's just kind of just in the middle. It's like
Mm.
neutral. Okay. And so when people are really stuck in the lower keyboard, they tend to be looking up at the middle C, at that neutral, and it looks good. And we call that death, the emotion of death. It's just nothing, nothing.
Mm.
So that's why people get suicidal in the lower keyboard. They're stuck in resentment and fear and worry and doubt and those things. As we get, so people say, well, how do I jump from the lower notes, getting stuck in the lower notes? How do I get quickly to the upper notes? Well,
Mhm.
just over middle C is gratitude. So that's what I say. Gratitude is the note just over middle C. It's like your lifeline, your strap on the trolley. Just grab gratitude. It'll pull you up out of those lower emotions below middle C.
Mhm.
And it really works because you can feel really, really low. And if you can think of something you're grateful for, even the cup of coffee you had, even the chair you're sitting in is comfortable, anything, I'm breathing well, anything, you jump to gratitude. And now you're on your way up to peace, love, joy at the very top. Now, those emotions way at the very top, those are something metaphysically we match others. And so being around people that tend to live in those upper key notes,
Mm.
you want to be around them and start matching them, or watch a TV show with amusement and joy and the laugh track, and it'll pull you up. But middle C is just above middle C is gratitude. And that note is what's going to pull you out of those lower keys. So that's the first thing you do. And then you can move into love and peace all the way up to joy.
I love that analogy so much, and I remember you telling me that story years and years ago,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love hearing it again in so much detail. It's just so beautiful. My
Yeah.
son plays piano, and we have a piano, and so I have it, like, really firm in my mind, and I think about that a lot because I feel like gratitude is a bridge. It's that,
It
and
is.
just what you described, it's a bridge to get to that higher place. So
Right.
it's just above middle C. It's right there. You
That's right.
can, you can start small. You can
Yep.
be grateful for the smallest little thing, just,
Yep.
sunshine,
Yep.
right?
That's
And
right.
and then you're there. You're out of that negativity, and also you can't experience gratitude and also those negative emotions at the same time, right? So the more you put yourself intentionally in
That's
a
right.
state of gratitude, then the more
Yes.
you're bringing more of that in.
Yeah, that's such a good thing to remember too. You can't feel two emotions at once. So if you don't like the one you're in, you know that gratitude is that jump. So just be grateful. What can I be grateful for it right now? Or even, can I be grateful right now? What can I be grateful for right now? I even in clairvoyance, we use amusement as a term
Mm.
when I teach psychic abilities. So amusement, what can I be amused right now? And
Mhm.
amusement and gratitude are really close together. So can I be amused right now? Oh, that funny cat video. Oh, yeah, right. You don't even need something to make you amused. Just find that gratitude, find that amusement, something lighter. Mhm,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah, and then that brings on physiological changes in your body, and it changes your chemistry, your physics, all of that, and then you're just attracting more
Yes.
things at that vibration.
Yes. And then the metaphysical law of attraction, right? And where you put your attention uh, grows, where your attention goes, grows.
Mhm.
So I encourage people to create a gratitude list, things they are grateful for. Maybe starting with 5 if it's difficult, moving up to 10. By the end of the day, you have to have that list made. And so throughout the day, you're going to be looking for things to go on that list, which then forces you to put your attention on the things you like. instead of noticing all the stuff you hate. So you're gonna, I like the way that person, smiled at me or sat next to me today, or I like the way, the Starbucks barista, got my drink quickly. That goes on the
Mhm.
list, anything to go on your list. And that really changes your energy. And then I also encourage people throughout the day, besides looking for your list like a hawk. Oh, that's going to go on the list. That goes on the list. So now your energy and your direction and attention has changed, is to start every conversation with someone instead of how are you? Oh, what's going well for you today? That's how you start the conversation. What are you grateful for today?
Mhm.
Have a list of things for yourself, because you have to demonstrate to people. Oh, what are you grateful for today? They'll be like, oh, I don't know. And you go, well, I'm grateful for the sunshine. I'm grateful for, whatever you've, rehearsed. You have to rehearse these things first.
Mhm.
And so you start those conversations differently, raises the vibration all around gratitude. And then there's a really powerful prayer that you can say. And I think I got this from Jack Canfield over the years, maybe Wayne Dyer, like all the people I've listened to over the years. But it starts like this: I'm so happy and grateful now that I have. And you fill that in. That's your prayer. I wrote one down in my phone, and you just say it over and over. And that's a manifestation tool, because it's in present time, and you say the word now, and you include gratitude and happiness. So and I am right now. So I am so happy and grateful now that I have a job that I love, that I am in a relationship that is fair and beautiful and committed. Anything you want, put it into a prayer like that. It just starts with, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have, and fill it in for everything you want. And that's metaphysics of manifesting using gratitude and the word now.
Yeah, and that's just such a powerful tool, and it's not something that I was ever taught, as a child.
Mhm.
But I think more and more people are becoming more aware of the power in that.
That's right.
And you just explained it so beautifully how,
Oh,
relatively simple it is to
yeah.
do.
Yes.
And then you just kind of see what happens. Like that's all you have to do. You don't really have to. I mean, you do have to take action on things, but it creates like a flow of energy,
Yes.
right? Would you say?
Absolutely. And using the word have in that, it's all technology. Remember, speaking is spells. That's why it's called spelling. So the words are technology, and especially with the work I do now. But I'm so happy and grateful now that I have. And if you touch your heart, you say, I can have this. And that is your commitment to something, to have it, to practice it, to try it on, to get your body used to receiving it. Um,
Right.
all those words, and gratitude is super important in the middle of that, because it raises the vibration above middle C. You're going into those true emotions.
Yeah, and you hit on something important. You get used to being the receiving. I think we're kind of preparing the nervous system that it will be okay. It will be
Yeah,
safe to
that's
have whatever it is that we
yeah.
want to have. And I know um, w- with my journey, I've shared in episode 1 that I went through 8 years of infertility before I had my son, who's now 11 and a half and amazing.
He's amazing. Yes.
Thank you. And I got, because it was such a long journey for me, I really got stuck in those negative patterns and it just kept perpetuating itself. And I didn't want to be around anyone pregnant, or I didn't want to go to baby showers, and I just couldn't cope.
Yeah.
But the shift that happened for me, and you were a big part of that shift because of the work I was doing with you, was to break through that.
Mhm.
And I remember doing a visualization with you where you had me actually visualize
Mm.
the baby being coming to me. And I don't remember if it was during that visualization, or maybe a few days or a few weeks later, but I do remember seeing a vision of a little boy
Yeah.
walking up the stairs, and I didn't see his face head on, but I saw it from the side. I just saw this little boy, and I just kind of kept that for a while, and then I had my son. I don't
Mm.
know how much later after that. But then as he grew into a toddler, I never forgot that image because it's so much.
Yeah.
The vision that I saw, the hair color, the roundness of his head, his little body, and I
Aw.
think that, just I had to I had to get out of that, that lower vibration in order to bring him in, and I also feel like it helped me not just become a mom and conceive and have a baby, but you really opened my eyes up to just connecting with a baby being. And so I feel like that helped me attract that child, not just any child, if that makes sense.
Yes, yes. And, that prepares you to be a mom because you've conceived your baby once it's a thought in the mother's mind. So once you, as the mother, have thought of this baby, that baby's conceived. So
Mm,
you have to start being the mom and rehearsing, trying it on, ready to receive the baby, ready to receive that female energy receiving. And starting to, but I love that. I have so many women like you say, oh my gosh, he or she looks just like she did when
mhm,
we visualize them coming
mhm.
to us in the vision. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and just getting comfortable with the reality of something happening that you want so badly that sometimes we push it away.
yeah, we do. If we're
Think
not those limiting beliefs, not good enough, something's wrong with me, you know, and that can really help, definitely. Yeah, just being grateful and seeing the baby. Hmm.
Yeah. And anything it is that we want to create in our lives, if we're telling the universe that we don't have enough of something and we're in that state of lack,
That's right.
then we're going to get more of that, right?
That's right. Wherever your attention goes, grows. Yes. And so getting yourself out of the lower keyboard, of lack and poor me and victim and other people can have it, I can't. Those are all emotional feelings. Grabbing onto gratitude. Remember, Wayne Dyer had that whole idea of the trolley strap. Like he would be in a trolley and it'd be rocking. And as a little kid, couldn't reach the strap, but he would imagine he could, and he would hold
Mm,
on in his imagination while the trolley was moving. And that's what gratitude can do. Just grab the gratitude. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a child in my life. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a mom, or now that I'm in a relationship that's loving, now that I have a job, that I'm appreciated. So that prayer, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have, is really powerful. Mhm.
yeah, because everything starts in your imagination.
That's right. And that's intriguing words. And then add intriguing words to that. And that's part of the audio I create in the RTT, intriguing words that you give me. And then you just play it every day. It's passive, just goes right into your mind. And we know that the mind is always going to go out to what you ask it to get. It's going to go out there. You say you want a new car, it'll look for Jeeps. I think I want a
Mhm.
Jeep, it'll look for Jeeps. And you just see that car all day. It'll go for whatever you tell it you want. So, but the gratitude gets you open to it, brings you up into the higher frequencies that match what you want. We rarely want something down in the lower frequencies. We want what's in those upper feelings: peace, love, joy, contentment, connection. And
Mhm.
those, you reach those only by going through gratitude first. Get to gratitude first. It's the bridge.
Mhm. Yes. Yes, and it's a really great visual for people to have that, think of the piano, because I think that sometimes we could be practicing gratitude, we could be wanting to be positive, but we still get stuck. There's just so much stress, there's so much negativity in the world that we have to kind of create like almost like a barrier of protection around us,
Yes.
and so that we can stay in the light.
Yes. So use it in your conversation. Practice it, rehearse it. Oh, what are you grateful for today? And they might be like, I don't know. And then you say, well, I'm grateful for, and just have a little bullet list on a post-it, all the things you're grateful for. So you can practice always speaking and raising the vibration of your conversations. So then you're helping everyone else. You
Right,
don't care about, oh, how's it going? Oh, no. What are you grateful for today? What's going well for you today? And
right.
get a response that's higher. And you have to demonstrate it to them sometimes because people are so out of practice.
Yeah, and I think that's really powerful, because so many times you can be in conversation with somebody and they want to go to the negative. They want to complain. They want to talk
That's
about.
that's where everything wants us, the news, everybody. They want us in that vibration. So it's us going out in the world and raising the vibration, and that comes back at us too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Good.
All right. Well, we have to end soon, but I want to take a little bit of time for our grateful moment, and we're going to spin the wheel of gratitude. So, Emily, our producer, is going to spin the wheel for us. Let us know what it lands on, Emily.
Okay, today the wheel landed on joy and passion.
Perfect. Um, we talked about, so it's so amazing how it always lands on something that we talk about. But but joy and passion, that's, in the very high end of the spectrum on the piano, right? It's one of the most high notes that we have before you get to ecstasy and bliss and those vibrations. So just take a moment right now to think about something that makes you feel joyful. It could be something small, it could be something incredible, it could be something from the past, something in the future you're looking forward to, but just take a moment to just focus on your heart and think about the word joy and allow that energy to just fill you up. And share it with somebody. Next time you talk to somebody today, ask them what gives you joy. I'm really happy about whatever it is you just thought about. Tori, what gives you joy?
Seeing my son, my son Jackson.
I was going to say the same thing. My son gives me so much joy. Being moms of boys, we have that in common.
That's right. And mine's
Yeah.
22. So that is a big man.
Yeah, he really is. He's a wonderful man. All right. So before we end, remind everybody again how to find you. Your website, if you're on Instagram or
Yes.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram and Facebook under Tori Quisling, and it's www.toriquisling.com.
And definitely check out Tori's free ebook. And we're gonna have in the show notes how to access that. And you have a free clarity session that you offer as well.
On Zoom, a half-hour clarity session.
That's amazing. That's a wonderful gift. So, Tori, thank you so much for being here and sharing all this beautiful wisdom. It's
Such fun.
always a pleasure. And I just want to remind everyone, if you haven't seen or heard episode 1 of the show, definitely check that out because I walk you through a very simple gratitude practice I call vitamin G. I give you tips and inspiration for sticking with it and getting the most out of it. And on my website, gratitudetobliss.com, you can download a guided meditation called Nourishing Gratitude, which will help put you in the feeling of gratitude so that you can practice being in that that high vibration, that bridge to all those positive emotions. This has been a great episode. Thank you again, Tori. This is the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm Lorraine Miller, your host. And remember, I love you. Take your vitamin G. Thank you for tuning in to the Gratitude to Bliss show, the place to be to get your vitamin G. I'm Lorraine Miller, your host, and I want to remind you to check out episode 1 and create your own powerful vitamin G practice and let gratitude work magic in your life. To help you add that special sauce, download your free guided meditation, Nourishing Gratitude, at gratitudetobliss.com. Do you have a gratitude story to tell? Has gratitude helped you overcome a challenge in your life? Or are you going through a rough time and need some extra support? Go to gratitudetobliss.com/contact and send us your story to be a featured guest on the show so you can inspire others with your story or get inspired to break through whatever you are struggling with. Remember, I love you. Take your vitamin G. One thing I know for sure is that life is a blessing. We aren't meant to feel stressed, overwhelmed, and anxious on a daily basis. We are meant to feel calm, healthy, and strong mentally, physically, and emotionally. If you've been struggling with stress, if you want to boost your mood, increase your energy, balance hormones, and create greater mental clarity and focus, if you want to lose excess weight and keep it off, I invite you to check out Calm, Healthy, and Fit, my 3-month group coaching program that is all about you and making yourself a priority. We are going to set achievable goals, create healthy habits around food and lifestyle, and support each other in a group setting. Join us and visit gratitudetobliss.com/group coaching to learn more.